I'm Rory.
And this is Jeff.
And this is
Z Slant Football.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they...
All right, so it's been a second. So if you don't recall, the last time we did this, it was week 2 of preseason. We were talking about how Aaron Rodgers just traded to the Jets. It was like a whole thing. We were like Jalen Ramsey's, got hurt on the Dolphins, but now we're in week 10, starting tomorrow, Sunday, and we've got a lot to catch up on. So this segment, if you watch the explanation, you already know like what's happening. But for those of you who don't, we're doing segments. There's going to be a countdown in this corner right there where I'm pointing, and there's going to be the name of the segment at the top of the screen. That's where the time is going to be, and the name of the segment is going to be up here. Right where my fingers. Okay, so this segment is NFL Recaps. It's where we go over the recaps. We recap all of the weeks. But the issue is, it's been 9 weeks. I'm not going to go over every single game. That's just going to take too much time. It's going to be like an hour, 40-minute long podcast. I don't got that time. I got to go play Madden. So we're just going to go over the interesting games from each week that I think were interesting. Starting off with the Browns beating the Bengals. This is week 1, by the way. Browns beating the Bengals 24-3. As you remember, at the start of the season, the Bengals were supposed to be really good, but Joe Burrow had a calf injury. So, that happened. And Deshaun Watson, he looked amazing. Like, I was afraid of the Browns. We're Steelers fans. I was afraid of the Browns for the first time. For the first time in forever. I was afraid of the Browns. Because they looked very good against the Bengals. And, their defense, if you watch any AFC North games, their defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, I think he's got 9.5 sacks, right? On the season so far. This is the Saturday before week 10 we're uploading this. So if recording this, so if there's a different stat, my fault. No. It's not my fault. And a couple other games I want to talk about. Where is it? The Raiders barely beat the Broncos 17-16. Remember, just this was like one of the only games the Raiders like actually won that was even close. Cowboys destroyed New York 40-0. They're the Giants. Okay.
That was early on, but I feel like the Cowboys have fallen off since.
They lost the Niners. That's really it.
Man, Niners are pretty good.
Yeah. We'll see. And this is the game everybody was talking about. The Bills beat the Jets the Jets beat the Bills 22-16 week 1. It was an ugly game. Aaron Rodgers got hurt in the first 4 plays, and Zach Wilson had to step in. Threw this amazing touchdown catch to Zach Wilson. He's on my fantasy team. Garrett Wilson. And we'll be showing on screen now. This amazing catch. It was an amazing catch, and that he did, and it was just, I don't know. It was very, very, very impressive. But the kick return for a touchdown, punt return. I think it was, I don't know. Was it a kick or punt?
It was punt.
Yeah, punt return for a touchdown. That's how they won. In overtime, too. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous game. All right, now on to week 2. And this wasn't really an exciting game. I just want to point this fact out. The Dolphins beat the Patriots 24-17. First time the Patriots actually kind of looked, and early in the season, the Patriots looked competitive. They looked very competitive. They looked competitive, like they put up numbers against the Eagles, and I think only lost by 4 points in week 1. But the Dolphins remained undefeated. They went 2-0. They won a tight game against the Pats. The Patriots are 0-2. This is the first time they've been 0-2 since 2001. Mind you, that was back when Brady was a rookie Tyreek Hill wasn't even he didn't even know what a football was. And Bryce Young was just born. I know that's kind of random, but I just want to throw that in there.
How old were you?
Negative, I don't know. Negative too much. I don't want to count right now. That was one of the interesting games of week 1. And then one other game I want to talk about from week 2. Sorry, two. The Vikings-Eagles Monday Night Football game. The Vikings, were 13-4, but they gave up more points than they scored, like over the whole entire course of the season. But they surprisingly put up a fight against the Eagles. I mean, I don't really know how to describe a game. It was a good game, but all in all, the Eagles came out on top, which I think.
The Eagles tend to have it close, I feel like, in the beginning of most games, and then they just pull away
You
in
think?
the second half. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that was with the Cowboys game this week, too.
Yeah.
All right, week 3, Chiefs and Bears. This is my favorite week. Chiefs and Bears. Chiefs beat the Bears 41-10. And the only thing exciting was Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce started dating. But this is what I wanted to go over. 70-20. That's going to hunt all Broncos fans for the rest of forever. 7 touchdowns for the Dolphins. That's crazy to me. And, because I've never scored a touchdown. So 7, though, that's crazy. It was the 1 week I traded away Tua.
And what else happened? Who'd you trade him for?
Nick Chubb.
How'd that go?
He got hurt in the middle of the trade. It was miserable. But at least the Broncos had a kick return touchdown to make it 70-20 instead of 70-13. That would have been way more embarrassing. I wish it was like 28-3. It's like the 28-3. It'll be memed forever. Week 4, the Bills just stomped the Dolphins 48-20, making the Broncos just look like they suck even more, considering if the Bills beat the Dolphins by 28 points, imagine if the Bills played the Broncos, like with that same mentality. In theory, they would score 98 points.
You also had the Commanders give the Eagles everything they could handle that week.
Week 4?
Yeah, week 4, they won
Oh my gosh, yeah.
34-31.
The Commanders, it's so weird. They're competitive with no other team but the Eagles. And let's see. The Seahawks beat the Giants 24-3. And I've noticed there are a lot of blowouts. Like this whole season, there's been a bunch of upsets and a bunch of blowouts. All right. Week numero
5.
Week numero 4. If you don't know how to speak Spanish, but I don't know either. Where the heck is week 4? Hold up, real second.
Upset with the Steelers beating the Ravens.
Yep. Steelers upset the Ravens.
Ravens gave that game away. They were throwing footballs on the ground. The receivers literally
Zay
were having
Flower
the ball
dropped 3.
throwing
Yeah,
it
he was
on
like,
the
whoop, I have a ball in my head. Nope. And, the Saints destroyed the Patriots 34-0. The Bengals beat the Cardinals 34-20. And the Jets beat the Broncos by 10, 31-21. And then
the Niners killed Dallas.
Killed them. This is week 4, right?
42-10.
Yeah, week 4.
No, that's week 5.
Oh, we're doing week 4.
Oh, I jumped ahead.
Whoops. Well, so we're going to go back to week 4 real quick as soon as I can find it. But yeah, that was week 5. They crushed. Oh, and the London game. The Jaguars beat the Bills 25-20. What were your thoughts on that game?
The Jaguars Bills.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills are just a weird team this year.
They are.
I don't necessarily, and so is Jacksonville. They're both like Jekyll and Hyde teams. You don't know who's going to come out and play.
Exactly.
Although the Bills this week, hopefully, well, you never know. I mean, you have Denver coming off of beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think that was 2 weeks ago.
What's that?
Denver beating the Chiefs. That was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, was it?
Week 8. Yeah. 7, but still, that's crazy. But yeah, and now we're gonna go to week 4. Okay, so the Lions beat the Packers on Thursday Night Football, 34-20. That was a good game. The Bears lost the Broncos 31-20. Oh, we already went over week 4. I'm so sorry,
Probably
guys.
have to do some editing in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some editing. Oopsie poopsie.
So let's go to week 6.
Week 6. Okay, week numero 6. The Chiefs beat the Broncos 19-18, but the Broncos put up a fight. Foreshadowing. The Dolphins crushed the Panthers 42-21. You know, the Panthers they look sad. They look like a sad team.
But
But
the Browns beat the Niners, and Niners were 5-1 going into that game.
exactly. Browns broke the streak. So did the Jets. The Jets secondary crushed single-handedly beat the Eagles. So the Browns
Yeah, that was crazy.
the Browns broke the Niners streak, undefeated streak, and so did the Jets, both in the same week. That's nuts. Okay, week 7. The Jags beat the Saints
Yeah.
31-24. It was still a competitive game. Like, it was kind of impressive to see the Saints put up a fight. Steelers barely squeaked away from the Rams 24-17 with TJ Watt just carrying us. The Ravens absolutely smothered the Lions. I think it was 38 to, I don't even know. Where was it? 38-6. And also, which is weird, the Browns beat the Colts by 1 point, 39-38. After
And the
losing
Eagles-
Anthony Richardson too. Oh, and the Eagles,
Eagles beat the Dolphins.
Eagles beat the Dolphins 31-17. They wore those really cool green jerseys.
It's a
I
rough
love.
stretch for
Yeah.
the Eagles. I mean, they had a tough stretch there.
They do. Week 8. Bills beat the Bucks on a controversial no call in the end zone. He definitely held Mike Evans, but
Yep.
whatever. Oh, and also the week before that when they played the Giants, that should have been called on the cornerback guarding Darren Waller, but hindsight. The Jets beat the Giants 13-10 in overtime. I mean, Jets seem to be used to overtime now. They've already got 2 wins in overtime.
That Eagles Commanders game, again, a close game.
Yeah,
38-31.
38-31. Like, the Commanders always put up a fight against the Eagles, but nobody else. It's weird. And at the trade deadline, they traded away Chase Young to the Niners.
Yeah.
Their owner is
Well, they're 3-5, so they're looking to rebuild. I don't know what they got for him. Do you?
no. Oh, and also the Niners got Kevin Byard, he's a really good free safety. And now week 9.
Last week.
The Chiefs beat the Dolphins in Frankfurt, Germany, 21-14. Not very an interesting game. It was a very
boring.
slow game, yeah. The Raiders crushed the Giants 30-6, which convinces me more that the Giants are poopy. Which they kind of are. The Commanders barely beat the Patriots 20-17. That was a pretty good game.
Well, how about Josh Dobbs and the Vikings?
Yeah, Josh.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and considering the next week Josh Dobbs left after the next. So Josh Dobbs left after leading the Cardinals to a win, and then they lost 27-0 against the Browns. But Josh Dobbs led the Vikings to a win, 31-28.
And he didn't even know the receivers' names he was throwing to.
He didn't.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Like, he didn't know everybody's name in the huddle. That's how like he was there for 4 days, I think, or 3 days.
Oh my gosh. How do you learn the playbook?
I don't know. He's really smart. I think he's literally a rocket scientist. Josh Dobbs.
Well, not like his actual job.
His degree is in rocket science. So super smart guy.
It ain't no rocket science. It's football.
For him, it is.
All right, that's all the notes I have for the game recaps. Now we're gonna kick it over to him, whatever your name is,
Dad.
for who's good and who's not.
For season leaders, right? Offensive leaders, as far as the quarterbacks are concerned. I think so. Tua is number 1 currently as far as passing yards is concerned. He's got like 2,600 yards so far through the season. Based on last year and how he was made, it was said that he might not even play this season because of concussions.
Yeah.
And what the Dolphins have done, I think their coach is pretty amazing, and I love his story.
Yeah.
But the surprising number 2 guy is, any idea?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell from the Commanders.
Like, at the start of the season, everybody was
over
like,
Patrick Mahomes.
who? Yeah. Over Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
All Pro Bowlers, which is nuts. Like, Sam Howell's been sacked 44 times. He's being
4.5
sacked
times a game.
4.5 times a game.
Actually, more than that.
More than that, because we're in
week
week 9.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going into week 10, but in 9 weeks he's been sacked 44 times. It's nuts.
Yeah, and he still He's still slinging that rock.
Yeah.
Well, and he's not even his receivers aren't even that good, relatively speaking.
Besides
He's thrown
besides
to like
scary Terry.
9 guys.
Yeah.
So
And almost all the receivers on the team have 100 yards.
super happy for that dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's amazing. But I want to talk about the Dolphins real quick.
Okay.
Tua, remember when the Dolphins were just horrible
Mm-hmm.
a couple years ago, like when the Bucks won their most recent Super Bowl. Dolphins were absolutely horrible. I didn't even know the Dolphins were a team. But I didn't know the Bucks were the team. The Bucks were a team either. I didn't even know the Bucks were a franchise.
So the Dolphins remind me of. Do you remember how the Bengals were 1-15?
Yeah, and then they go to the playoffs.
Yeah. Go to the Super Bowl, don't they?
AFC Championship. then
AFC.
Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
With 3 picks, all from the same school too.
And I think that's what we're going to see out of the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team, but the only 2 losses they've had is to the 2 people who were in the Super Bowl last year. So are they contenders or are they pretenders? Because they've lost to the 2 teams who were just in the Super Bowl.
I think they can play with anybody.
That's true. But again, against the Chiefs, it was just a slugfest. Like, it was not fun to watch. It was just slow. Like, they were just like 1-yard touchdowns each time. They were like just runs most of the time. And so receiving, real quick. Actually, no, we can do rushing.
Okay. So rushing, our top rusher is McCaffrey.
So my fantasy team.
I think he was hurt too. Didn't he miss a game?
No.
Oh, thought he did.
He was questionable, and
Got it.
So I have CMC on my fantasy team, and when he was questionable, I like sunk down. And I was like, because I was playing the number 1 team. So if I didn't have him, I would have lost.
Yeah.
Although considering
My team stinks.
Maybe you could use CMC.
I could. I don't think I'm going to get him though.
Yeah.
And then you have Zach Moss, 40 yards behind him. DeAndre Swift, Raheem Mostert. Yeah.
30 years old.
Guy's 30
Everybody
years
thought
old.
he was gonna just be horrible, and he's doing well. He's doing well for his older age. Derrick Henry,
He's
of course.
30 or 31 years old.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, of course. But Zach Moss, like he's. Oh, hold on. I think you want to talk about Bijan. Remember?
Yeah. So Bijan Robinson is still 9th. So he's the 9th best rusher, but he really hasn't received any carries the last 3 games. I think he's averaging 10 carries.
He has
less than that.
He has 4 fantasy points over the past 2 weeks.
He has 22 carries in 3 weeks.
That's
crazy.
bonkers
For what he did, and he's still 9th in rushing.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy. Because there's nobody really to contend with him.
There's a story behind it, and I don't know what it is. So if you know, put in the comments and let us know what the heck's going on.
Please. Because he's confused. I'm not. I don't have Bijan.
All right.
Okay, so receiving. Puka Nakua
Yeah, stud.
is crazy good. He's the 4th in most receiving yards. He's got 827. But Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown are both projected to beat Megatron's record of most receiving yards in 2012.
Yeah, so through 9 weeks, they're both over 1,000 yards already.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown are supposed to break 2,000. Tyreek's, I think, he's supposed to get like 1,000, 1,000, 1,100 more yards, which is nuts to think about.
Yeah.
And AJ Brown, just AJ Brown. He's a monster. Diggs, he's been having a good season.
He's a real monster. Have you seen how big that dude is?
Yeah, he's only 6'2", Diggs.
No.
Oh, AJ
Brown.
Yeah, he's like a DK Metcalf with better hands.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a stud. Oh my gosh.
6'1",
Eagles play the
226.
Chiefs this week.
Yeah, there's gonna be 1,000 points scored in this game.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, because Eagles have a good defense.
Yeah.
Oh
true.
nope, they're on a bye this week. Eagles are on a bye this week.
Oh, that's the 20th. You're right.
Dang it.
That's gonna be a good game.
Oh, I have the Eagles defense starting next week.
All right. No worries. All right, defense.
Let's start talking.
Sack leaders.
DeAndre
Danielle Hunter.
10 sacks. Because he's gone against the worst O-lines in the league. But
You think?
yeah. He's gone against like the Commanders O-lineman, Patriots O-lineman. They stink. TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, and Max Crosby both have 9.5 sacks.
All 3 of them have.
They're all tied for second. And then in 5th place,
Although I do know TJ has a scoop and score, fumble recovery for a touchdown.
an interception.
Does he have an interception for a touchdown?
No.
He didn't get in. I wish he would have.
He should have.
That would have been cool.
That would have been crazy. He has 2 picks. Nope. Cameron Hayward has the other one. And Khalil Mack has 9 sacks. That was huge for the Chargers to pick him up a couple seasons ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually thought he was going to go to the Steelers, but
You did?
Mhm.
I mean,
there was a rumor.
we thought Tyrann Mathieu was going to go to the Steelers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Minka and Tyrann Mathieu in the second. You're not passing against the Steelers.
Yeah.
I'm just sad he went to the Saints because he went against what his trainer said because he likes Mike Tomlin, so he went against what his trainer said and talked with the Steelers, but said, "Nope, I'm going to the Saints. I'm going to New Orleans."
All right, so conference standings. Chiefs are at the top
Of
with-
all
tied
of the
with
AFC.
Baltimore, both at 7-2. I still don't think Lamar Jackson is good at throwing the football, but maybe that's my bias from being the AFC North. Then you have Jacksonville, Miami at 3-4, both at
3 and
6-2,
4 or
6-3.
Oh.
At number 3 and 4.
Yeah, I number 3 and 4. Pittsburgh, number 5.
Surprising.
You should not be there. Although, I mean, we beat the number 2 team. One of the 2 losses from the Ravens came from
Yep.
Steelers.
Yep.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and
So
yellow.
this is what I think is pretty awesome. All 4 of the AFC North teams are,
In the top 10.
if the playoffs started today, they'd be in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
They're
That's never
they're
happened. The
in-
whole division has never made the playoffs.
1 through 7. Because you have Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, but that's obviously going to get shaken up once they start playing each other a little bit more toward the end of the year.
Yeah, but
Then you
still.
have the Bills rounding it out at 5-4, and then a whole bunch of people at 4-4. The
NFC,
NFC,
Eagles 8-1.
I think the Eagles are really angry this season.
Yeah, they're mad.
They're mad. I don't know anybody can challenge them. So
Except for the number 2 team, the Lions. That's the Motor City Kitties. They were embarrassing. They're like they were the poverty franchise until two seasons ago. They got St. Brown, Goff. They got themselves together, and now look at them. They're 6-2, above the Niners in the division.
yeah, so the Niners are 5-3, so they're third. Seattle 5-3, Dallas 5-3, New Orleans 5-4, Minnesota 5-4, and the Commanders 4-5. If the playoffs started today, they would be there. It's the Eagles' division to lose. I don't see anybody challenging them.
Besides, I mean, the Niners could still, right?
Maybe.
They're coming off the bye week, so we don't know.
We'll see. We'll see how they turn the second half
The-
of the season around.
Yeah, the NFL is crazy. Like, there's so many upsets, so many blowouts. It's nuts. You can't expect anything. Like, if you were to bet on the only team that's gonna stay steady is the Eagles. Like, they're only gonna who'd they lose to? Oh, the Jets, right? They're not gonna lose to the Jets again. That was a fluke.
Yes, it was. So
The only reason for lost games are just it's the quarterbacks. But the only reason for winning games are quarterbacks. So and
that's not true.
receivers. And this.
I know.
so
I
far.
know one specific team that's defense has won at least 3 of their 5 wins.
Yeah, Steelers.
Yeah.
Our offense is putrid. We're
See where they rank, just for giggles.
okay. The Steelers. So as you know, if you've watched us, for like 3 people were watching this. If you've watched us, you know we're Steelers fans. That was kind of okay. Anyways, the Steelers. Kenny Pickett only has 1,490 yards.
Najee Harris, 382 rushing.
That's funny. We are horrible.
Our leading receiver,
Pickens, 521 yards.
yeah, no bueno.
Remember when Pickens scored and Matt Canada was just like, he shook his head in the box office.
You know, to in fairness, he actually he did well. He called a good game last week for
Yeah.
the first time in a while.
Who
First
did we
time ever.
play last week? Oh yeah, it was just an okay game. Our defense needed some work though. We just couldn't shut down. Our secondary is just okay. We lost Minka. That's the issue. He's hurt, and that's very not good for us
I agree with that.
considering we are a putrid team. Anything else we got, or are we gonna go to our game segment?
Let's go. I want to do team statistics.
Okay, we're gonna go team snaps.
I just want to see where the Steelers are. in all
Okay,
honesty.
the Steelers.
They are
Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom.
We are 5. That's ridiculous.
Only the Raiders, the Panthers, the Jets, and the Giants are worse offensively than us. We average 278 yards a game. The Dolphins average 435.
That's crazy. How much do the Lions? Lions are number 2 again. Like I'm saying, the Lions are contenders.
Yeah, but
They're the only people who I think can compete with the Eagles.
I don't think they'll beat the Eagles. I don't even think they can compete. It'll be interesting. I think they'll see them in the playoffs, maybe.
I'd love to watch that game. That'd be such an electric game. It just because there's 2 bad defenses, so it's just gonna be points after point. Oh, one good defense, but the Eagles won't be able to shut down St. Brown.
I don't know.
And their rookie tight end from Iowa, that guy's crazy good.
I don't know how many times Goff gets sacked.
I don't think that much. I mean,
Let's go look
Goff
at it.
was. Everybody thought he was like not a great Q. At least I thought he wasn't an amazing Q. But I mean, you never know with the
He's only been
Lions.
sacked 16 times.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No,
All right, we ready to move to the game segment?
less than 2 a game. Yep.
All right. Welcome to the game segment. We are drafting running back stats. So we're drafting running backs. So here we go. They will be body, stiff arm, moves, athleticism, speed, and speed.
I thought it was truck,
Oh, yeah.
not athleticism.
Truck, not athleticism. I'm sorry. Since
So,
I picked
start
first
again? I'm
last
sorry.
time.
What do we got?
Body, stiff arm, moves, speed, truck.
Okay.
I got the first pick last time, so Jeff will have the first overall pick with the first pick in the 2023 running backs draft. This is all-time running backs, by the way. Jeffrey selects. Oh, there's a microphone.
I select Bo Jackson,
For what?
body.
Bo Jackson Bunny. Gosh darn it. Here's how I make a redemption right here. With the second and third pick of the 2023 running back draft, I select Barry Sanders moves.
Mm.
And. Earl Campbell body.
That's a tough one.
I got giant thighs. You're just going to be bouncing all over me, and I'm just going to be juking.
Okay. I'm going to go with, let's see, stiff arm. I'm going to go truck.
Okay.
You already took Earl Campbell, huh?
Yep.
So I feel like Bo will be able to truck. My body of Bo will be able to truck people. I'm going to go Jim Brown
Okay.
for my trucking ability.
And I'm also going to go trucking. Give me O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
That's the guy I knew you'd be mad about. You forgot about him, didn't you?
Yeah. No, I didn't forget about him, but I have astigmatism around him, but we'll talk
You don't
about
like him?
that. No comment.
Okay, wait. So I have body, moves, and truck. So speed and stiff arm are left for me. What do you have?
I have speed, stiff
Truck.
arm, and moves.
Well, you're about to pick moves.
I am?
Yeah. Well, no, you've only picked twice.
Yeah, so I have body and
Stiff arm.
truck.
Oh, you picked truck. Okay.
Stiff arm, I'm going to go Adrian Peterson.
Okay. Give me Derrick Henry stiff arm.
Okay, that's fair.
I've got Earl Campbell's body. Either going to juke you out like Barry Sanders or stiff arm you like Derrick Henry.
Okay, so then
Or
I'm
truck
going to
you
go
like OJ.
speed of Eric Dickerson.
Okay. And then for my final pick, speed, give me the Titans running back, number 28, Chris Johnson.
Okay. I'm going to go moves of LaDainian Tomlin. No. Goodness gracious.
You picked already.
Walter Payton.
For your moves?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So now we are going to compare. And you guys still can vote in the comments if you want. All right. For body, who do you have?
Bo Jackson.
I have Earl Campbell.
Okay.
Who do you think won? Bo Jackson was stronger. Earl Campbell was bigger.
Yep.
We'll just have to see later on. Okay. Who's your stiff arm?
My stiff arm is
Adrian Peterson, right?
Adrian Peterson.
I have Derrick Henry.
Okay. Not sure on that one.
Okay. Moves, I have Barry.
You win.
Okay. So I have one. Speed,
Speed, I have Eric Dickerson.
I have Chris Johnson.
Okay. Don't know.
We'll post it in the comics. Who's
Okay.
faster? Truck,
Jim Brown.
OJ.
I think I win that one.
Okay, so we're tied.
So we'll have to see.
We'll have to
You-
see.
See if anybody votes on it.
Yeah, for the voting. Thank you all so much for watching. It has been a minute. We will try and post more regularly, but I just want to say thank you for watching, and we will see you all hopefully next Sunday or Saturday. No.